Welcome back to the channel. My name is Benjamin Watts if you don't know me. Today we're going to be diving into a video that's a little bit different than what we normally do, and that is the technical side of everything that I do here on the channel. So I'm going to be diving into my podcast setup. Well, I'm going to dive into the audio and the video and a little bit on the editing side of my podcast setup. But first, let's dive into the video. So how I take my video is on my iPhone 10, and I have a tripod that my iPhone sits on. It takes amazing video, so don't overlook the power of just your phone, especially when you're starting out if you're looking to start a channel. With that, lighting is key. My lighting has gotten a little bit better over time, but it's definitely the weakest part of my video, and that can do a lot to your camera. iPhones are not great at low light, and so the brighter the light, honestly, is the better for the iPhone. And so I'm going to continue to improve that over the next couple of months with some different types of lighting that I can get. So now we know how we're getting our video. So then we're going to talk audio. So how I record my audio is with a Neewer NW700. Probably one of the, if not cheapest, podcast kits that you can buy out there, and that is this one right here. When I say kit, I mean an amazing kit, and I'll dive into more of the actual microphone in another video, but it comes with a shock mount where your mic, you squeeze, your mic drops in, and then it comes with a pop filter or wind screen. That's what I like to call these. Just covers a capsule, helps create a little bit crisper of a sound. Comes with a pop shield or pop filter as well. This is what I call a pop filter. And this clips onto the mic stand if you need a little bit more, just maybe a spit guard or wind guard or whatever you need. It comes with that. And then it also comes with an amazing boom, retractable podcast, little Z stand. It's awesome. It's very good with weight. I mean, I'm pushing on pretty hard. I've used some of my bigger recording mics on this, and it's great. I'll dive into more of those details in another video, but this Neewer NW700 is how I take in my audio. And so my podcast mic is plugged in right now, running the audio of what you hear. So I'm going to slide it over. It may make a little bit of noise, but it is always right over here out of frame. Okay? And so it sits about a foot to 2 feet away from my voice, from my mouth. From that, you're going to have my audio running out of an XLR into a Focusrite interface. You may or may not be able to see the Focusrite interface back over here on the side, but I'll throw a link to that down in the description. It's the Scarlett 6 in, 6 out interface. It's great. It has 2 XLR or instrument cable inputs on the front. I plug in my audio to that, and then I run MIDI out into my computer. And it's completely up to you and where you use or what you use to capture your audio. I'm an Ableton guy. I do worship for a living, so I live on Ableton day in and day out. And so that's where I capture my audio. So here, right in the middle of the screen, I know it's probably a little bit harder to see for you guys, but you can see where my audio is coming in here in the top. And then I'm going to pause that when I'm done, and then I'm going to export that out as a WAV file, and I drop that into my video editing software. Now, I'm not going to get into too many details about, the processing and the filters and stuff I use. I will tell you that as of now, I use nothing on my mic. What you hear is pure audio sound, and again, I'll talk about that more in the mic review. Then after I export my audio, I go into my video editing, like I said. That can either be iMovie or Final Cut. Those are the two that I use. Final Cut if I'm doing more strenuous edits, which I'm going to try to get to at some point, but right now I'm sticking with iMovie for the most part, and some people can hate me, whatever, but it's easy, it's quick for me. Final Cut is easy, but I have this bad habit of opening iMovie, and so that's what I use for the most part. But for your encouragement, if you are new and if you have a Mac, try using GarageBand for your audio and iMovie for your video. You're not having to pay for anything else. It's already there. GarageBand is just going to do exactly what Ableton is doing for me, and that is just capturing audio and then exporting it out. And then drop my files from my phone onto my computer, drop them both into video editing, and match up the audio, and I'm good to go. I'll throw in my 15-second bumper, and the video is complete. And so if you have any other questions at all about how any of this works, feel free to comment down below. I would say that this entire setup, if you're not counting the computer, because the computer I think is something that people, not everyone's going to have a Mac. Not everyone's going to have a MacBook Pro. Not everyone's going to have a MacBook Air. Or maybe you just have a Dell. Whatever it may be, that's great. So I use my iPhone. You can use, I know Androids don't have amazing cameras now as well. But from mic to mic cord to interface, you're talking, this is a $25 mic kit, and I think it sounds incredible for $25. Run into a more expensive XLR just because I've done a lot of recording, and so I have about a $50 monster cable XLR. You don't need to spend quite that much, but I do think it does help give a little crisper audio sound. Running into the Focusrite, which will run you, I think, don't hate me, I think it runs right around 200. I'll have the link for all this below. Into my computer, and that's how I capture it. I'll link down the tripods I use. I'll link down everything. But that is my podcast setup, and I hope that this helped answer some of the questions you have, or maybe it sparks some more. I'd love to do more demos about how I do what I do, so please let me know what you want to see in the future. Again, thank you so much for checking us out. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share. Have an amazing day.